Okay, once again, I have no time to edit the next video, so I'm uploading a story instead. And the story goes a little something like this. Hello to every single person who came to watch this video. I believe that this is only the second video on this channel that is truthfully... Shut up! From the bottom of my heart. That was my baby. Because I was really exhausted to make another YouTube video that I usually do for you guys. And I was like, I need to upload something. And it's gonna be me just talking about my life updates right now. When I say from the bottom of my heart, I didn't mean that I faked my other videos. It's just that I'm way too exhausted right now to be creative. And I am literally putting creativity aside right now. I just want to tell you what's up, and I believe that the rest of my YouTube channel should be like this. I shouldn't be writing scripts to make everything sound cute, or to make everything sound more aesthetic. I should just really tell you what's going on. So now I'm gonna give you the updates of my life, and why I find them so important is that it's literally a new era. I want my next Saturday's YouTube video to be not perfect. I don't want to rush it and then have it mildly done. You know what I'm saying? I want to really put focus on it, and I have a lot on my plate right now, so once again I haven't made it. But next, I don't want to give up. I'm not giving up. I'm someone who never gives up. So I'm keeping my YouTube channel up with this video. That's almost done. I told you that's almost done. And something big just loaded off my chest. Something huge, like yesterday. And not fully yet because we haven't paid the second part for this. It was Friday when I got the contract, and the guy said, oh, it's Friday, we're not gonna get the money until Monday, so you don't have to drive 40 kilometers to the city to pay us today, since we're not gonna get the money anyway through the bank. You can go there on Monday. Monday's in 2 days from now. I cannot wait to get rid of the money that's in my house right now, because I just want to feel free finally, because that's one of the biggest investments ever, the window openings. And once we are done paying this big loads of money, we are left with a lot of money. And of course we still have a lot of interior work to do, but the thing is, we don't have to give that amount of money at once ever again. We're done doing that, and we're free to do whatever we want after. I cannot believe I'm free. This is the video. This video is about that. I cannot believe I'm free. Emotionally, financially, trauma-free. I'm trauma-free. I'm trauma-free. I'm not kid-free though. I have a kid, and this is the only not free moment that I'm the happiest about. I don't care what people say. Raising kids is hard. Raising kids is hard in difficult places. We live here. Raising a kid here is completely different than raising a kid in the city. This is the video that confirms my happiness. This is the video that I cannot believe I'm making, because I used to complain a lot to you about how unhappy I was about not having my own place to live in. I complained a lot. If you just go back to my YouTube channel and see how many videos I did being sad about living in my in-laws' house and not having my own, I got sick and tired of myself, to be honest. But now it's done, and I don't want to go back to the past again. The present is so good, mashallah. The present is so good, and the future is even better. And I want to talk about it. Oh my god. Today marks the last day of all of my worries. Basically, all of my worries. We're done. It feels like we moved in. We haven't moved in yet. It's gonna take another month of interior work. But when this started happening, it basically means we paid all of the big amounts we had to pay for a house, like You know, the windows, that cost a lot. Like just some basic stuff, the roofing, all of it is paid. That means I don't have to worry about the money so much anymore. But also during this whole process, we learned how to make more money quicker. Everything in life is a lesson, is a test. Like God is literally testing y'all, all of us. This just tests. Now, after we're done investing, my main question to my husband all the time is, what are we gonna do with the money? Because now we have even more stable income. The third one is being built right now. Like we have two really stable incomes right now. Mashallah. What are we gonna do with the money that stays after we're done with the house? Like it's gonna pile up. And for the first time ever, it's gonna be a pile and not surviving anymore. Also, through this whole hardship, like I've been struggling for 10 years. For 10 years, I've been struggling real hard, mainly because I spent my money just like that. I never really learned how to use my money for bigger purposes, so I used to spend a lot on stupid stuff, and then I would call myself broke, and I wasn't broke. My husband used to do the same before we met, and now it's the first time ever we joined forces with the money we learned not to spend because we need it for something bigger. And now we don't really spend much because we just learned how to control ourselves. What are we gonna do with the piled up money? I wanna invest! I wanna buy land. I wanna start Airbnbs. We're turning this place into an Airbnb, not our house. My decision was to turn our house into an Airbnb eventually, but no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna build another one. Invest in another A-frame. Invest in buying this land around here. That's my future plan. Inshallah. I cannot wait. Thank you. It's been long 10 years. It's been long 10 years. So here's a little breakdown of how things first went. I left the city around 2019. I went to the mountains to live there because I couldn't stay in the city anymore. I was pretty sad about not being in Japan, because back in 2017 I visited Japan for the first time ever in my life, and when I came back to Bosnia, I went through reversed cultural shock. I'm not sure if you guys ever heard of reversed cultural shock, but it's this feeling that you hate where you are in that moment because of the country you visited and how much you fell in love with it. So being sad that I was not able to go back to Japan right away almost kind of ended me. Look what I found. Look what I found. This is it's a bone. Ew. So I decided to leave the city to help myself, and I went somewhere that my soul required me to be in, and that was the mountains. I lived in the mountains for like 2 years. First it was on and off, and then I stayed there for 1 whole year without ever going back to the city, and I fell in love. Right during that year, it was 2021. Yeah, I met my husband 2021. We met before, but 2021 is when things started. And when I found out that he lived in a countryside, you can definitely guess how happy I was, because, okay, yes, I don't have to go back to the city, and I wasn't even planning to go back to the city because of a man. I would definitely make that man live somewhere in the forest with me. So we came here, started living with our in-laws. We also lived in a city for 1.5 years or so. But I hated it so much that he said, okay, let's go to my parents' house, and we've been living here ever since. But yeah, I started getting suffocated by these are not bad people. Like, it's just, I miss solitude so much that I definitely needed my house. It was a must. I come from a very abusive family, a very dysfunctional family, and that made me want to be isolated. I wanted to be isolated my whole life. It felt good. It felt peaceful. And Even if I'm surrounded by super happy people, just talking a lot makes me tired. So this is the background of why I'm so happy to have my own house right now. It was not easy. It was not easy all these years. Dude, I'm gonna have my peace once again, but this time it's gonna be for good.